What is an organization? An organization is a formal or structured arrangement where two or more people work together to accomplish some specific purpose or set of objectives. Importance and necessity of organizations. Organizations enable people to achieve things that they could not achieve as individuals. By being cohesive as a group, a common objective or purpose can be achieved. This highlights the importance of the team approach, where it is said that together everyone achieves more. Team. Imagine a basketball team at the start of the season deciding that the Premiership Cup is theirs. If only one or two individual players work towards this objective, the result at the end of the season will be disappointment. If the entire team works consistently towards this objective, success is far more likely. Organizations help to provide a continuity of knowledge between past and future generations. Varying ages and life experiences within an organization allows for the passing down of valuable knowledge while also providing the future members and leaders of the group with a diverse range of opinions and experiences. Organizations serve to manage complex social and technological change. In our everyday changing world, it is important for people to share the responsibility. Organizations are also an important source of employment and career direction. Being part of an organization, such as your school or sports club, may create employment opportunities as it will provide a connection with prospective employers who may be past students of your school or members of your club. Common characteristics of organizations. All organizations have a distinct purpose, which is generally expressed as a goal or set of objectives that the organization wishes to accomplish. A formal structure will involve clear and carefully defined rules, regulations and procedures, whereas a simple network of loose worker relationships is regarded as an informal. Differences between organizations. Size, which may vary as to number of employees or members, revenue and assets. The number of people employed at an organization will affect the way it is structured and operate. Size of revenue or gross income can vary from being a very small business generating income of thousands of dollars to a very large multinational corporation with revenue in the scale of billions of dollars. Assets are what the organization actually owns. The value, or size, of assets, like revenue, can vary enormously. For instance, for a small lawn mowing business, the car used to get from one job to the next is a vital asset to the business operation. Nature of operations refers to whether the organization has been established as a business enterprise or for social interaction. Similarly, does the organization produce or sell goods or provide a service to customers and/or clients? Form of legal ownership. If the organization is a business, does it operate as a sole trader/proprietor, as a partnership, a company, a cooperative or as a trust? Extent of their market share. In a competitive marketplace, organizations are compared based on the percent of the particular market they command, that is, their market share. Organizations within the same industry develop strategies to entice customers away from their competitors, thereby capturing a larger share of the market. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are seen in the soft drink industry as fierce rivals, always developing strategies to try to gain market share over the other. Contribution to the economy. This is measured in terms of how much monetary value it provides to the gross domestic product, GDP, of Australia. In both the nature of their operations and the assistance they may require, the government has classified them into specific industries. There are 17 industry sectors: accommodation, cafes and restaurants; agriculture, forestry and fishing; communication services; construction; cultural and recreation services; education; electricity, gas and water supply; finance and insurance, government administration and defense, health and community services, manufacturing, mining, personal and other services, property and business services, retail trade, transport and storage, wholesale trade. Types of organizations. The focus of for-profit organizations is profit attainment, market share and growth. The following are in this category. The focus of not-for-profit, NFP, organizations is on providing specific service to the community. For example, the Australian Red Cross provides a free blood donation. Some not-for-profit organizations are government businesses, other large welfare organizations are church-sponsored. The Salvation Army is an example that acts through their nationwide networks to meet the needs of their particular communities. Others, such as the Australian Red Cross, are independent, non-denominational community organizations. These organizations gain the majority of funds through generous donations from the Australian business community and the general public. Objectives of different types of organizations. All organizations, whether they are for-profit or not-for-profit, need to set objectives they wish to achieve in line with their mission statement or vision statement. Financial objectives. A commercial organization is usually judged on its financial success, profit or surplus. This amount needs to be sufficient to provide owners and shareholders with a return on their investment, dividend, if it is a profit-making organization. For a not-for-profit organization, surplus must be sufficient to allow it to perform its social objectives. Product sales and market share. A business may want to increase its sales in the hope of making the business more profitable. An increase in market share usually leads to an increase in profitability in the long term. For example, Virgin Blue Airlines, in its initial bid to gain market share in the Australian domestic market, was willing to offer cut-price fares. The length of time that these lower-price fares could be sustained depended on what profit margin Virgin was seeking from its Australian operations. It is now conducting a similar pricing strategy with the introduction of its international route carrier, Via Australia. For a not-for-profit organization, the important objectives are to ensure that their organization attracts sufficient donations, sponsorship or support. Growth. This relates to a combination of both market share and profit. Businesses decide whether their domestic market will provide sufficient growth potential or whether they need to go global in their operations. Another option for growing a business is to diversify into other areas of operation. Similarly, NFP organizations may be called upon to offer assistance in unfamiliar areas, and therefore they must decide whether they really are the best organization to offer the needed assistance, or if it would be better to redirect the donations being offered to another not-for-profit organization that has the infrastructure and experience. Social objectives are relevant for both for-profit and not-for-profit organizations. They relate to establishing objectives that are of benefit to employees and the community. Examples of these objectives are to ensure ongoing employment, training and development and career paths for employees, to provide services to the community, or be actively involved in supporting community projects, to assist in improving employment prospects for disadvantaged groups in the community, for instance youth, migrants, or those with criminal records, to produce environmentally friendly products and not produce or release any pollutants into the air or waterways. The Body Shop Australia, as an ethical retailer, is an example of a business that has successfully combined these objectives. Since 1987, the Body Shop has supported fair trade in the toiletries and cosmetics industry. It has established a community trade program, where trading relations to source high-quality, natural ingredients are fostered, directly with marginalized communities around the world. The Body Shop aims to maximize sustainable benefits to its supplier communities while also meeting customer expectation.